Now let's go ahead and check a new code on the example 3a ngbind use.html. So in the file that you downloaded, you can open up the 3a ngbind use.html, and there you have the regular inclusion of our script of Angular main.js file. And then look at this code. Everything above that, you know, it's very simple, okay? And you also know about the div tag. Now in the same one, we have an ngbind at line number 16. We have the same ng model as I1, I2, even though I have not initialized it here. I'm just declaring two variables like input1 and input2. And in HTML, I'm defining the type as number. Now what I'm trying to do here is, in the p tag, I've written total, and after that I have a span tag. So if I just remove this tag, it's very simple, it prints total, right? Then I'm putting in a span, and in this span, I'm putting a directive called ngbind, okay? And then I'm putting I1 plus I2. Let's see the result of this. Yeah, so the result is here in this. When I run it, I get invoice, and there are two input fields like item 1 and item 2. So if I feed in 1, you get the total as 2. Yeah, 1 plus 2 is 3. The total is getting it 3. So what we can understand about ngbind is it works in a similar way as our total of I1 and I2. If I just print it like this, let's see what happens. You get total of I1 plus I2, and then I'm putting in this I1 plus I2. So it's refreshed. Let me put in some values here. You see that ngbind is another way of including the expression. Now what ngbind does, how is it different? Generally, we will not see a regular usage of ngbind, but it may come into use in special cases, which we'll see in one of our examples in future. When we do the project, it may come up. Now, it is equivalent to an expression. However, if you look at the definition that I have in this, ngbind binds the inner HTML. Now, in your JavaScript or in your when we are reading your studying your HTML and the and the JavaScript, there is the document. The entire DOM is called the document. It has a function called inner HTML. So it replaces everything that is inside a particular tag. So that's how it is different. Now the reason we are studying it is because you will come across examples of ngbind. However, generally we will use the expression not ngbind. And there may be a situation when we come across, we'll give an example on how ngbind can be used a little smartly. Okay, in the next video we'll see example 3b.